Obviously, this is Calvert football, and we just took the weekend to kind of decompress and celebrate a phenomenal year in which, you can never be more prouder of a group of young men that went out and played as hard as they did week in and week out. And that comes at a price that I think that so many people in our community and people inside of our program offered to help us get there. And it's not a price and a sacrifice, but it is certainly something that we know a lot of people have their hand in. And we want to take the time to recognize those people and say thank you, because this memorable experience and this great journey that we've been on with some really top shelf young men couldn't have happened without you. And so starting from the game on Friday, it was a bit emotional because it took a lot of energy and effort for us to get to that point. And to see our kids having this opportunity to be on the stage and to play a perennial powerhouse in Dunbar was just a wonderful, moment to be a part of. But then to see the amount of people who were stepping up to celebrate. For me, right off the bat, the police department showing up the way they did and creating a procession that I've never seen before for a high school football team, it blew me away, because you guys are a shining spotlight in our community, a beacon of ultimate service that we can put our hands on and touch. And to know that you guys took the time to honor us in that way when you guys deserve so much, encouragement from people like us, it was just a really, really special thing to see. We had family and friends that were out there to greet us, the band and the cheer squad and the dance members who have been there in every game and been there so proudly supporting our Cavaliers and doing it with just a servant's heart were there. And that obviously culminated a whole season of them serving and being a part of this experience. And make no bones about it, they weren't there for football. This was a community event. And so on a night in which band, fans, family, friends, police officers, school representatives, the band, the dance team, the cheerleaders, the coaches, and the football team, it was an evening event that included all those folks, and it wasn't just football. And I think that was realized. And I can tell you that we don't reach this great stage that we were able to play on without the support and tremendous encouragement from our community. And we can tell that we're building a tremendous brand that includes a real sense of connection and care for one another, in which that, it doesn't matter who you are or what you do, but we do have pride in the blue and gold, and we're going to be there to help support one another. A special surprise of having one of our own football players, a member of our band, and a member from our cheerleading teams sing the national anthem. So Cortez, Nyla, and Sam did a phenomenal job representing Calvert High School in that situation and doing the national anthem. Of course, our ROTC was there. And again, these student athletes, these students from extracurricular activities have been riding with us the entire year. And again, we just couldn't be more grateful for them. You think about the countless meals that we've had provided by our meal team and the phenomenal support and the way they fed and took care of our boys. You think about the coaches and the countless hours they poured into this program and the effort and energy they put into not just trying to create a game plan for us to be successful. Man, we wish that was all we had to do. But a lot of times what we are called on to do more, and what mattered most to our kids and our program, was helping these guys navigate through the nuances of growing up and becoming young men. And any week that could have posed a different circumstance that would have required us to step up in a variety of different ways. And so those coaches in our program who have fathered their own sons, who have their own families, who have dealt with their own trials and tribulations, were able to call back onto those things to help encourage our kids through the process. And then you think about the extension of our coaches and the coach mentors and our teachers who work with our kids after school through Ms. Valentin and our student athlete academic support teams, and the way they poured into our players, helped them understand the gravity of the situation and that they have to have grades, not only play sports, but the value in those grades and performing beyond that. And the connections that were created from that department of our program with teachers in our building, and how our teachers were able to see different values in our players beyond the field, beyond the classroom, and develop some real deep-rooted connections that I think are going to sustain over time and help our kids see the value in being uncommonly great in the classroom as well in the field. And then, beyond that, you think about the so many other support people, Miss McIntosh, Coach Fitz, Josh Wilson and his contingency of resources, that every week we're able to spotlight and showcase the things that happen on the ins and outs of our program that I think are happening on our regular and a lot of other programs here in the Southern Maryland region, but don't necessarily get the shine that it deserves. And to prove to the point that, inside these programs, these walls of things that we call football or sport or any other extra activity, there's a lot of young people whose lives are being changed. And people need to recognize and see the value in these type of activities and know that when you put those activities out there for kids to be a part of, and you have the right people dealing and working in them, and the community can feel that and they want to be a part of it, we're able to raise up some really great, uncommonly great young people that can ultimately have an impact not only on the community living right now, but the communities and their families in the future. And so with that, we thank you all. We thank for our school administration team. We thank Jason Cranford, who's been just a huge rock in our corner and helping us wherever we need help to help continue to keep us going, whether it be painting the field or taking care of the nuances and administration and stuff behind us. A list can go on, and I hope I haven't forgotten anybody, but we definitely want to extend the most gracious thank you that we can to our players, their families, our coaches, their spouses and their families, because without any of that, we aren't even talking right now. So I appreciate all that have done everything they can to help us get to this moment. I know that you've had to enjoy the ride as much as we have, and without you, it wouldn't have been the same. So with that, I'm Coach Sneed, and I'm out. Boom.